In today's stressful world, there is a very it's hard to find hope. It's hard to find a reason to keep moving forward, especially if you live in America and your entire news feed is just filled up with the most diabolical bullshit you can think of. The most you think you're just looking at a satirical news website and it's just the actual news and it's real life and there's nothing you can do about it. Today, or I guess last night, the tariffs on Mexico, China, and Canada went into place. And I mean, I've just been looking at my Robinhood app, and I've been seeing a whole lot of red and not a lot of green. And in times like these, where it looks like the world is just falling apart, and there's not a lot of input that you can have to change the way of living, it's it's a struggle to find hope. And today I wanted to talk about how to find hope, how to find a reason to keep going in such difficult times. I used to think that since I used to have the idea that, oh, we're all gonna die one day, so who cares? I used to think like no matter what I do, nothing is gonna amount to anything. I'm just a speck in the universe. There's the inputs that I have won't amount to anything. And that mindset really kept me down in the sense that I couldn't imagine myself being a person of value because I always thought there was no hope. There was the world was going to end one day, the sun is going to explode, the universe will die out, the whatever, you know what I mean? I always thought that the worst will happen, the world will cease. So why do I try? Why do I try? Why do I care? And then I would just not have any hope for my future. And that mindset led me down a very, very dark path. And once I got out of that, once I was done with that path, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my birthday episode. I'll catch you up on that. But once I got out of that mindset, I still I still kept the part of nothing matters. The world will explode. The universe will cease to exist. Nothing I do will amount to anything of value. But I changed the outlook from those ideals, from why even try to why not try? Why not give a shit, Because if nothing is going to matter and nothing is going to amount to anything, why not live a happy life? Why not? If I know that I have a certain amount of time on this earth and I know that there's always going to be bad shit happening, why am I going to allow myself to not enjoy the time I have? When I look at these tariffs and when I look at the fact that Donald Trump is our president, other than the fact that I have multiple ideas in which could maybe solve that problem of him being president, right? Some kind of problems, but I just think it's gonna be all right. At the end of the day, there's gonna be bad shit happening, no matter what. No matter what, bad shit will always happen. The degree of the bad shit will vary, but there will always be bad things happening. And I am privileged enough to be in a position in which it won't it most likely won't affect me as hard. You know, I am privileged enough to live in America. I'm privileged enough to live in North Texas. I'm privileged enough to live in a house. You know what I mean? I have things I have a good baseline here. So when I look at these situations and I look, oh, the future of America is fucked. The recession is coming in, guys. The Donald Trump has ruined the economy. It's all over. It's all fucked. I just think it's it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna matter. It's gonna be all right. I used to have this. I used to talk to this girl, and she was very into manifesting. She was very into into reading these self help. I don't say self help books, but she would recommend me books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, or like, I don't know. There was some other book that she like really wanted me to read. I forget the name of it, but it was like trying to find your inner self or something. And these books were designed to give the reader hope for a better future for themselves. Now, I have a whole fucking argument and tangent I want to talk about these self-help books, 'cause I personally think they're bullshit. The message that you can get out of these books can just be a simple fucking sentence that you can look up on Google. You don't need to buy a book, right? But besides that, the whole point of what she was trying to tell me was that there is hope if you know where to look. And if you can break out of the like self-victimization of the world. You know, when you look at all these bad things happening, when you look at these tariffs, when you look at the economy getting fucked, when you look at all these prices go up, there's a lot of like self-victimization, being like, "Oh my god." I don't want to say like, "Oh, it's your fault," but you're like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucked. Nothing is going right for me. I'm gonna be homeless. I'm not gonna be able to buy a house until I'm 55." So, stuff like that. But she was telling me that if you sit in those ideas, if you allow yourself to just think like that, that is how your life is going to be. She told me that if you have an idea, you have a way to achieve that idea, and you put in the effort, you will reach that goal. It wasn't there to her, there wasn't any luck in this. If she sat down and wanted to learn a subject and put the effort in, she would learn it. Now that's a very surface level example, but that idea, those principles can be applied to really anything. If I last night I was talking about how I need to push myself and to continuously try and produce a product, a video, a stream, something, right? And on some nights I'll sit and wallow in my depressive thoughts of like, I'm going to not be able to buy a house. I'm not going to be able to be financially free. I'm going to be someone unknown, right? But if I sit in those ideas and I just allow myself to think I'm gonna end up a loser, I'm gonna end up a loser no matter what, you know, because that's the way I'm thinking. She was telling me that it's a mindset thing. If your mindset is stuck on losing and you only see negative outcomes, that is what your reality will be. At first, again, I thought she was just full of shit because I she was getting these ideas from these self-help books, and I fucking hated these self-help books. So I was like, "Okay, you're talking bullshit at me." And then one day, she convinced me to like listen to the first chapter of a book. I thought it was bullshit again because it was an audiobook and I hated some rich dickhead telling me how to get rich. I'm like, okay, fuck you, cunt, whatever. But I was like, you know what? What if? You know what? I have literally nothing to lose. So I implemented those ideals into, I don't even remember what it was, but I applied myself. I gave myself a reason to believe. I gave myself the hope, and I remember I'm obviously successful comparatively now, so obviously it worked. And I wanted to tell this because, as stupid as it sounds, if you just think like a winner, you're more likely to win. You know, it's purely, I don't know, I don't want to say it's like a placebo, but if you just sit there and go, yeah, I'm the goat, I'm the shit, I'm gonna lock in and achieve what I want to achieve, you'll achieve it more likely than not. You know, what is it? The fake it till you milk fake it till you make it mantra. That's not a lie. You know, there's a lot of instances, fuck, what a word, so many s's and t sounds. There's a lot of examples in the world of people faking it until they make it. And a lot of that the fake it part, a lot of it is a mindset thing. They're not just acting out a character of a winner. Their their mentality is the winner. So they're not even acting it. They're living through it, you know? My point today is that when things look dark, when things look bleak, and you don't know how you're gonna get out on the other side, you have to just you have to just imagine you'll come out great. You have to think you'll come out great. You have to you have to look at yourself and go, no matter how much bullshit is going to be thrown at me, I will get up. I will achieve greatness. I will come out of the other side of this better than I am now. Because, I mean, more often than not, you will. Just because of that simple mindset thing. Just the flip in the mindset. I sound exactly like those self help books, but you know what? This is free, and also I'm not a condescending asshole. I can be. I can turn this into a condescending like fucking, huh? Yeah, yeah. You're a fucking loser, aren't you? And you'll stay a loser. That's how those fucking books sound. They're so lame. I hate those books. Especially that Rich Dad Poor Dad, where fucking he's explaining very simple topics in a very complicated manner. Like, fuck you. You're just padding out these pages, dickhead. I hate you. Again, little little mini rant aside, my main point is you have to just believe. You have to imagine that there's hope. Sometimes there really isn't, but you have to just imagine that there is hope because that'll create hope. Hope is not something that that just appears, right? There isn't a promised land. There's no prophecy in the real world. There really isn't. There's no prophetic like vision of your future being prosperous. You have to just make it. Unfortunately, you have to just make it happen. And a lot of people, they don't have the willpower inside of them to push themselves forward to make that happen. They don't have the hope that they will succeed one day, so they settle. And I'm not going to settle, you know? I don't want to settle. I want I want great things in my life. So I'm going to push myself and I'm going to find hope in places I can. Especially right now, looking at the constant news stream of bullshit from the White House. Maybe I'll change the world one day. Maybe I won't. But I will find hope to make life happy for me. I don't know. Find hope, guys. Look inward and believe in yourself because no one else is going to believe in you. Fuck, that was awful. Thank you.